So my first question is, I mean, we saw an interesting result. Was it expected by people within Slovakia and the international community, or was it more of a surprise?
It was more of a surprise, both at home and externally. Two factors came as a surprise. One was the extent to which mainstream parties did badly, and to what extent protest parties, either extremists or even within the center-right, those parties who were very critical, who were running on the anti-corruption ticket, succeeded. And the second important element was relatively low result for the Prime Minister's Fico's center-left populist SMER party. After all that anti-migrant fear-mongering and campaign that was running for half a year, he went down from 42 to 28% over the last 4 years. In the end, there were two important messages. One was a large part of Slovak voters send a message that they don't like the way the country is being run and where is it heading for, and they demand change, especially in case in terms of, I think the anti-corruption vote was very important. Both parties that are now trying to form a government that finished number 2 and number 3 were running on a very strong anti-elite and anti-corruption ticket. And also you can interpret in this way the extremist party that finished with surprisingly 8% of the vote. It will have 14 members of parliament out of 150 members for the first time in the history of Slovak Republic.
And so you mentioned this extremist party. In the international media, they've sort of been portrayed as this neo-Nazi resurgence. Could you give us a little bit of balance on that? I mean, who are they really? Is it true that they have these fascist leanings? What do they stand for? Etc.
I describe them as Hungarian Jobbik 7 years ago. They admire wartime, second wartime Slovak state. They are very anti-Roma. They have a very strong social and economic program. Essentially, to a large part of their electorate, they are anti-system, anti-elite. So they capture a lot of protest vote. And also Slovakia is regionally very unbalanced. You have still, despite high economic growth, you have regions with unemployment over 30%. And this is where this party was very successful. So their turnout, their voters are not spread out evenly across Slovakia, but they are heavily present in the economically depressed region.
Could you talk a little about the consequences of the election on Slovakia's place within the European Union?
Well, it's a hang parliament. It will be difficult to form a government. There are essentially two options. One is centered on the current ruling party of Prime Minister Fico. So the center-left would have to reach out across the aisle to two mainstream parties on the center-right and incorporate Slovak Nationalist Party, which used to be extremist a few years ago. In the meantime, we describe it as a moderate extremist or moderate nationalist party. And that party is now, with their 15 MPs, it's essential to any new government. The second formation possible within the new parliament is centered on the center-right parties that were at the fringes previously. SIS, Liberal Party, that was part of a government of Iveta Radičová between 2010 and 2012, and that was the party that essentially was the reason why the government fell. Over their very strong stance against the Eurozone bailout mechanism. And the second party is called Ordinary People. It has a lot of civic activists and people outside politics, and it's a I would say these two parties are least tainted by big business. This is what voters of center right, I think felt that they gave trust to these parties much more than the polls before the election predicted.